Welcome OLO students to Spring 2025 English 3B American Lit and Composition B. It's the 16-week version of the course. I'm going to try to move through a few announcements, few tips, a little bit of just logistical stuff, and so that you guys can put a face to the name. I'm Mr. Krauser, your instructor for the next 16 weeks. Many of you, I recognize the names. You just had me in the fall semester for American Lit Comp A, and so happy to have you guys back. I think we did a fantastic job last semester with the group of you that were there. The DQs were pretty solid overall, and you guys were fantastic. So I'm excited to be able to loop with you guys and really spend another 16 weeks with y'all. So once again, I'm Mr. Krauser, and I'm going to try to move through just a couple things, just off the cuff things that I've been thinking about, things that I've emailed you guys about already, and just kind of get us set on the trajectory for our course. All right. And I'll start off by actually saying one of the disadvantages of online instruction is all the technical difficulties. You guys all know it. Even last semester, I'm sure many of you had online difficulties from here and there. Hopefully, they're minimal, but I already made this video. It was like a 10-minute long video, and then it just up and disappeared. It's nowhere on my computer, so I'm trying to do it again. All right, so announcement number one is about those disadvantages of online learning. The disadvantages, yes, tech issues, but also it is much more your responsibility to stay on track of your work. Online learning is really not for everyone. It is very convenient, but it can also be convenient to the point where you don't learn as much as you would in a classroom. It's really up to you. Because I'm not with you and I can't, while you're working on something, offer you feedback in real time right away, because I'm not in front of you giving you tailored lessons that are my own lessons that I created, it makes our relationship a little bit harder to get you to learn. A lot more of it is going to be your responsibility. Yes, I'm going to offer feedback. Yes, I'm going to answer your questions. But at the end of the day, it's got to be you who wants to learn the material and actually tries. As you guys know in OLO, the curriculum is there for you. The lessons are there for you. These are lessons that OLO has created over time, that numerous teachers have created, but it's not like it's just my material. I know the material. I've taught the material before. I know many of these books, and so we're going to study them together, but it's not like I'm in the classroom with you. And so, with that being said, please make sure you keep yourself accountable somehow, whether with your parents' help, a friend's help, or just your own motivations to keep on track in the course. Time and time again, I see students in both health courses that I've taught with OLO and also in the American Lit courses and a British Lit course that I've taught before. The same thing holds true all the time. The students with the highest grades are the ones who typically submit all of their work on time and they meet all of the requirements. It's just that simple. Now, does that mean if you submit all of your work on time, you're just going to get an automatic A? No. There are certainly students that submit all of their work, but they don't do too well on their writings, and so maybe they end up with a B or sometimes even a higher C. But for the most part, if you do all the lessons and you submit all of your work and you follow the directions for that work, you're probably going to get a B or higher. And it's just a pure correlation over the last 3 or 4 years of me teaching with OLO without fail. Those who do their work consistently and on time, and those who even do the discussion posts consistently and on time, tend to do better in the class. So, with that being said, one of my tips is look at the course guide. It's on my screen right now. You can see it. You guys have access to it on the content page of our course in Brightspace. I emailed it to you guys as well, and now you also see part of it here. Now, because of the craziness of Monday, where we were all in the wrong class and then we were taken out of the class and then put into the right class on Tuesday, all of the original course guide stuff that I did that I emailed you guys about, and I put all the dates in as well for the entire year, that doesn't matter anymore because it was the wrong class. So right now, our course guide is only updated through 2 weeks. You can see it here if I scroll down. you'll see there's nothing after the January 23rd. Now I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna be updating it over the next week, but because I didn't have the time, because we of all the the being in the wrong course, haven't had the time to update it yet. But I am currently doing it. With that being said, you guys have all the work posted for this week. You guys have all the work posted for next week. So we're good on that. Please make sure you follow the course guide. So even right now, as you can see, we technically got started on Wednesday, right, instead of Monday. So you should have finished the Getting Acquainted post, your initial post. You should have also done DQ number 1. Those are the two things that you physically needed to do and post online. Now, the other things that you should have done is read about F. Scott Fitzgerald online, do the research paper overview and research paper rubric and take a look at that because the research paper is going to be a long-standing project that we do. You should have read about the 1920s and the American Dream already. You should already have access to The Great Gatsby. I gave you guys all a PDF copy of it, but if you want a physical copy, they're cheap. Or just go to a library nearby, borrow it from your library. Right? So you guys should have already read chapter 1 of The Great Gatsby. You should be continuing to work on your research paper. You should have already done DQ number 1. By tomorrow, you need to do the grammar exercise that's on there, and you should read chapter 2 of The Great Gatsby. All right? It's not a lot of work, but you do have to keep up with it, especially reading. You don't want to get to a point where just because there's no work to do for the reading yet, you just don't do it. Because if you scroll down and look at the course guide, eventually there is work to do for those chapters. And if you didn't read them, you're going to be lost. And you're going to be like, whoa, now I have to actually read like 4, 5, 6 chapters in one night just to be able to do this one assignment. So don't run into that situation. All right. You really don't want that to happen. So that's my biggest tip. The course guide is your guide. Follow it. You want to use the course guide all the time. Consult it every single day you're supposed to have class. Add it to the homepage of Google Chrome, Firefox, whatever internet browser you're using. Save it somewhere on your desktop to where you can access it as a shortcut. Print it out, even though it's going to be edited over time. But go ahead and do all that so that way you can set yourself up for success. It's really one of the best tips that I have for you. Tip number 2, those DQs. Make sure that they are thoughtful. Make sure that you are meeting or exceeding the word count. Make sure you are answering the question in the prompt. Don't just put random stuff in there. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. And then make sure you always respond to 2 peers by every Sunday of the week that that post was due. So, for example, DQ number 1 was due on January 15th. Your initial post was due then. So by Sunday, you should have responded to 2 peers. Sunday is the 19th. There is nowhere where you submit like something officially that says, oh, this is due on the 19th. And that's not in the course guide, but it does say each week you have to respond to 2 peers by Sunday. If you don't do that, you're losing out on points. And it's unnecessary. It's not hard to do. Just make sure that you're responding to people and make sure it's more than I like what you said and just quoting what they said. Ask them follow-up questions, engage with them just like you would in a class. So that's already 2 big tips. Follow the course guide, respond to your peers with your DQs, and be thoughtful. Right? Those are the biggest ones. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is academic integrity. All right? Academic integrity over the years typically just meant no cheating on people's work and don't plagiarize things. Now it means don't cheat by stealing other people's work, don't plagiarize, again, kind of stealing other people's work, and don't use AI. Listen, I use AI at times, but I do not copy and paste from AI and make it my own work. If you are writing a paper and or an assignment or really anything and Turnitin shows that a large percentage of your assignment or a majority of your assignment or even 40-30% of your assignment is AI generated or plagiarized, you should think twice about submitting that. Because if I get that report from Turnitin, you're in immediate violation of academic integrity policy. And if you violate that, you have to redo the assignment in like only a week's time. And I could be wrong. I think you might even have to do it in person with an advisor. I could be wrong on that though, so don't quote me. But you certainly have to redo it, and you're capped at how well you could do, right? So there's only a specific grade that you could get to, and it's not that high of a grade. So it's really not worth it. Don't use AI to do your work. If AI helps you think through issues with your work, if AI offers you some feedback on your writing, that's an appropriate use. But if you're copying and pasting what AI gave you into your work, Turnitin is going to know, and it's going to be a big issue. It is not worth it. Now, AI does not just mean ChatGPT. Any artificial intelligence, including Grammarly. A lot of people use Grammarly now, and it offers a lot of AI assistance. It's not worth it. Please do not use it. You will be in violation of the academic integrity policy. All right. I don't want this video to be too long, and I want to post it now so that way you guys can see it for tomorrow. So I'm going to sign off now. If you guys need anything, please email me. I'll be more than happy to help you. In the meantime, I look forward to hearing from you in the DQs. I look forward to seeing all of the work that you're going to be posting. And remember, the course guide is your official document for the course. Anything it says to do, you must do by that due date. All right. See you guys later.